Welcome to 10 years of Poetic Unity. Today, we're gonna have some amazing performances, as you guys have seen. Are we excited for tonight? We're called Poetic Unity for a reason. We bring everyone together. That's why I love that everyone in this room is from different parts of London and the UK. So thank you for coming down tonight. Let's get the energy right. Can we get some clicks? Can we get some stamps? Can we get some claps? And make some noise for Ogor! Make some noise!
See, I had my arms to stay, but she's still on the front lines. So the lines of my poetry brought her a ceasefire. And I think that day I realized that my words are beyond me. That day I realized that I want to go to the grave empty, having said everything that I needed to say. And I want to have fun with it. And I want to share with it. I want to love with it. And I want to learn with it. I want to grow with it and get old with it. And I want to tell Khaled it's going to be okay with it. I want people to hear poetry and know that they're not alone. I want people to hear poetry and hear stories being told. I want people to hear poetry and know that someone cares. I want people to hear poetry and think outside of themselves. So the pouring out no longer takes its toll. Because meeting Kyla reminded me of my goal. Thank you.
You ever been on the dark side? With the lonely soldiers who find solace in the shade and use pain to try and master hard life. You see, vengeance ain't a game. Because even RSPCA couldn't save your dog's life. You see, I got you. You ever been on the dark side? With the lonely soldiers who find solace in the shade and use pain to try and master hard life. You see, vengeance ain't a game. Because even RSPCA couldn't save your dog's life. You see, I've journeyed through the dark pastures. I've walked through the valleys of the shadows of death. I found pain and retribution, but never found love. I've had cousins who could never chill on my side of the fence.
Never righteous, just right on occasion. Pedestals are a lowly temptation. Sick of waiting for my piece of the pie or the right time or the right place. You man are running for first place and I'm running for freedom. You're too comfortable kneeling, stop the begging and pleading. I'll leave the world kicking and screaming just like the day I was born. The heart gets torn between hiding safely in our dreams or waking from the nightmare fighting. And they would call the sun violent for rising just to keep you in the dark. But peace never solved the puzzle. They will call the sun violent for rising just to keep you in the dark, but peace never solved the puzzle. You are the arms, you are the gun, the threat is life, the air you breathe up out your lungs, so they try and keep you silent, because what is said is almost done. I don't claim to know it all, this is only what I feel. I put my writing on the wall and hope the words heal the cracks in my heart, hope it heals all the pain I felt before, all the tears I shed in shame, all the blood spilt in my name, and sometimes surviving feels like dying, maybe they're just one and the same.
Pastors blamed England. Panic was a sermon resounding in churches. Our elders fasting between 20 and 50 days. They had never seen it coming. The mothers grieved for the mother whose son's life had been taken so abruptly. Their anxiety sewed eyes in the backs of their sons' heads. Boys bent beneath the weight of their mother's migrant stories. Beatings were often given if these boys' backsides arrived home late from school. Each lash from the belt through their clothes. Each son held back his tears to prove his manliness and remind his mother that he was not Damilola who died. Without realizing that a haunting drove the hand that held the belt. Worried mothers hoped that if they prayed long and hard enough, that the sting from the children's scars would bring them home.
We should link up, you and me, go to a cafe, link up at 3, wear something earthy, browns and greens, paired with red lips, we can be twins. We'll set up outside even though it's freezing, take a selfie, hashtag twinning, get a candid shot of me sipping my tea and I'll caption it. Your girl wishes she was me. Wishing you live my life when I don't even live mine. I just post like everything's fine. 50 comments saying couple goals, but we know that we're lying. Been split up for a month now, but the views are multiplying. Watch my Snapchat. Ubers everywhere, new day, new hair. Use my discount code for money off your purchase. Weekends filled with parties, the real black Barbies, friends. Not because we have common interests, but because we're the prettiest. Our 12K followers combined, screaming that we love our lives when we don't even live our lives. We construct the lies, plaster images of perfection till I look at myself and fail to recognize the person in my reflection, craving attention from anyone who will listen.
For the mouths that are always asking, they trade it and market and trade our market, so it's corporate carnage that leaves corpses for caskets. Know if they want your bag, they'll come with more than a few baskets. They'll put a pound in and trolley out all the stock that you're parked with these supermarkets. Aim at the working class, that's another definition of target. They're armed with disarming answers to wire straws that we're grasping. I had to stop watching time when I clocked. It was alarming, but I had to wake up. For there's a waking Congo. And I look to the flag as I pay my respects. That's a blue river with a red slash down his chest with a star on the left. I wish it was guiding them to Bethlehem, but that rests in the hands of the IDF. That's Palestine. The Holy Lands are very much dead and alive. Far from a natural disaster, the way I've had to watch this land slide, and I'm still trying to find time to read between the lines.
I have blatant discrepancies between my mind's eye and the vision I used to believe God has in store for me. Searching for the right answer when everyone around me keeps telling me to be still, and I keep telling them that tranquil thoughts don't live here anymore, and one door closes, another door opens to that frightening feeling that I get of loneliness, so I deceive myself in the Sierra and the Ray and Nephew to plow through the nights that I just want to dance and cry at the same time. I am telling you, it is sublime the way that I'm trying not to rush the process. Say yes to everything that I know that gives me pleasure. Because I endeavor to find the peace that I know was once within me, but I'm blocked by my own mind's eye. See, I started to believe the lies and the stories that I'd be spinning in my mind, replaying them over and over, stopping my mind and my spirit from having closure, because here we go again with the delusions, leading to confusions, illusions, allured by the past me I prefer in comparison to the person that is now standing before you.
Who cares about all this miscarried information when you've just miscarried your only salvation? Let's have conversations about the hard stuff, the funeral anniversaries, not the wedding ones, the unpaid student bursaries, not how much you made this month. I remember the highlights, but I still remember the high rise. How man got traumatized from side eyes on the side rows on a silent night just because you were born in the wrong postcode. Let's not cap. The reality is most people are only on holiday in Ghana because of a deal that they made with Klarna. It's real. Look. I'm not saying don't celebrate. I still post on the gram when I take my babies to Dubai. But love is not pretty because nothing bad happens. It's love because we love despite the bad that happens.
There's human beings on what? 5 continents? But at first, we could only survive one of them. So let's stop getting it twisted. Without Africa, humanity would have never existed. I'm talking back when England was bush. There was ivory, iron, and gold flowing in the kingdom of Kush. Like enough African empires, they harbored treasure, military strength, advanced architecture. Growing up, the Rasta man was art professor. Used to break it down like a Harvard lecture. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't even know these things. Rasta used to tell us about the Ethiopians. They were early with the symbols and sculptures. Europeans used to come and learn from these important cultures. Don't know how they act like Africa weren't a factor. With all them artifacts they haven't returned from capture. Nah, mate. We had geometry from Wade. How long? Wade.
I feel like what we're about to say is really makes a lot of sense with the 10 years, isn't it?
Full circle.
Full circle moment. So George is basically joining Poetic Unity.
when I first interacted with Poetic Unity, I know it's real. I know the poetry comes from a real place. I know this is a real grassroots organization. I know you lot are the real solution. So I'm happy to be part of the family.
Can't wait to see what we do together, my bro.
It's only right, my bro.
Yeah, man. The start of the thing.
Happy birthday, Poetic Unity.
Thank you, bro.
The legacy is a testament, but it speaks for itself. What we've been able to achieve in 10 years, I only can dream of what we'll be able to do in the next decade. But I'm urging everyone here to recognize that it's your contributions that make Poetic Unity what it is and what it will continue to become. What we've been able to create is really a vibrant community that's nurturing and nourishing one another, and where the talent is just speaking for itself and we're pushing the culture forward. Brixton to the world. For today and forever, yeah? Big up Poetic Unity.